Hello everyone, my name is Katie. I'm the introverted reader, and just so we can get the elephant in the room out of the way, yes, I did get my hair done. Okay? Seen it? Seen it? This is what my hair looks like when it's straight. Just fair warning, I'm just going to be playing with it a lot because it's very, very soft right now. But, as you probably can see in the title, I have another book haul for you. I have some manga here. I have some other books that I have accumulated in the last little while. I also have some that I just bought just today, just because. So I'm going to start with the manga first. The first one is the next 3 volumes in Attack on Titan by, let's see if I can pronounce this person's name, Hajime Isayama. I think that's how you pronounce that the author's name. I'm not entirely sure. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, but there's 18, 19, and 20. I do want to continue on reading the manga, but like, I don't want to, at the same time, don't want to spoil myself for the anime, but I've got the next load more volumes, so may as well get my butt up and read it. And the next manga that I have to show you is Death Note volumes in the black edition. So these are like bind-ups of like 2 volumes in the series. So this one is volumes 1 and 2, this one is 3 and 4, and this one is 5 and 6, and they're in these gorgeous black editions. Death Note is probably one of my favorite animes ever. I love it. I have L as a Funko Pop just right there. So yeah, I'm excited to read these, and look how gorgeous. They're so beautiful. I love them. So there's those. Now let's get to the book, shall we? This one I bought just today, and that is Obsidio, the 3rd book in the Illuminate Files by Amie, Kaufman, and Kristoff. I don't have the other 2 in physical copy. But see, I listened to them ages ago on audiobook, and the audiobooks for these are absolutely amazing. There's like sound effects, and there's like a whole cast of people. Like they're really, really good. So if you have Audible or like any other way that you can listen to audiobooks, I would definitely recommend these ones. But this is the 3rd and final one, and I have the audiobook downloaded on my phone. But I thought it would be really fun to like read along and listen at the same time. That's what I meant to say. And they're really easy to read because it's all set up in like emails and like instant messages and like survey and like surveillance footage and stuff. So yeah, it's really, really good. And it's like sci-fi space opera type thing. So good times, good times. The next 2 I have to show you sort of go within the same sort of series, I guess. And it is Fairest of All and Poor Unfortunate Soul, both by Serena Valentino. I have the other one that I got for my birthday, if you remember a while back in my birthday book haul. I hold one called The Beast Within, and these were the other 2 sort of within that series, within that world. So, and I love Disney retellings, so anytime I see a book that has a Disney retelling, especially of like Beauty and the Beast or like any other fairy tales, I'm here for it. The next book I have to show you is The Hazel Wood by Melissa Albert. I've seen this book going around BookTube, and from what I gather, it's about this girl whose grandmother is an author, very, very recluse author, and she passes away. And then she passes away, and then her mother goes missing by a figure, apparently, because like her grandmother writes these dark fairy was an author of these dark fairy tales, and her mother apparently gets taken away from a character within that story. So our main character Alice has to sort of try and find where her mother has gone, and what's going on, and all sorts of dark things. And who doesn't like dark fairy tales? I love dark fairy tales. They're awesome. And this book also has sprayed on pages, which is definitely a plus. Next one I have to show you is The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. From what I gather, this is a story about three witches, three sisters, who were drowned for practicing witchcraft. And then apparently let me see, I'm trying to think. Each summer, it says that their spirits come back and they take possession of three different girls and lure young men to their deaths. So it's very suspenseful, very dark sounding. It sounds like something I probably should have read around Halloween. But yeah, I might resist. It's pretty short, so don't know when I'm gonna get to this, but I'll definitely try and get to it soon. Next two that I have to show you kind of go together, and they kind of go within the same series. I have another one that I got for my birthday, which was called A Whole New World. This one is Tale as Old as Time and Once Upon a Dream. They're both by the same author, Liz Braswell. She wrote the other one, A Whole New World, none of which I've read yet. But again, I saw these and they were on offer, so I thought, why not? Again, Disney retellings. Who doesn't love Disney retellings? And can we look at these covers? Tale as Old as Time. It just says at the bottom, what if Belle's mother cursed the beast? Oh, suspenseful. And this one at the bottom just says, what if the Sleeping Beauty never woke up? So I love that. I love when people take different fairy tales or different Disney classics and twist them around and give them like alternative endings or alternative whatever. I'm all for it. This next one I'm really, really excited about. It is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli, the same author that wrote one of my favourite books so far this year, Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. If you've been on my channel for a while since I've read that book, I've mentioned it quite a lot because it was amazing. This is a story about a girl called Molly, and she has had 26 crushes in her life. She's had lots of crushes on boys, but she's never had any boyfriends. Relatable. So it's really just sort of about her and just like, you know, just I'm not really entirely sure. I mean, I guess it's really just sort of her dealing with the fact that she's not really with someone, that everyone else around her seems to be all paired up and all in love, and she's just like, why am I not in love too? And just so you know, I think that's the gist of what it is, but knowing Becky Albertalli, it'll be so much deeper than that. So, and I loved Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, as you know, so I can't wait to get into this. This was actually in the Isle Crate box that I got a while ago. I did make a video unboxing it, but I did take a photo of it and posted it on the book club page, but this was in there. And yeah, I'm excited. I do actually have another Isle Crate box on the way, coming soon. So once it arrives, I will definitely be sure to unbox it on camera. But this came with the one I bought. This next one, I don't know if I've hauled this or not. I'm on the fence as to whether or not I've hauled this or not. But Everless by Sarah Holland. You've probably seen this about BookTube as well. I think I might have hauled this already, but it's here. Just in case I haven't. It's about it's sort of high fantasy meets dystopian, I guess. And yeah, like it just says in the back, blood is money, time is power. So I'm not entirely sure. I think it's to do with like using people's blood to make iron, and then the iron in your blood becomes like currency or something like that. But yeah, I've had this for a wee while. I probably have hauled it already, but it's here again. The next one I have to show you is Star Wars from a Certain Point of View, 40 stories celebrating 40 years of Star Wars. And it's basically just, what's the word? Anthology? Is that the word? Of lots of different little short stories set within the world of Star Wars by all these different authors. And Renee Ahdieh is on there, and she wrote the Wrath and the Dawn duology, which I read this year and absolutely adored. Pierce Brown is in there as well. Ray Carson, Meg Gabbett, let me see, Saba Tahir is on here as well, so she is. And Sabati here wrote the Ember and the Ashes series, which I adore as well. Let's see who else is on here. Will Wheaton, Claudia Gray, Jason Fry, Alexander Freed, E.K. Johnson. So it's like a lot of different authors are in here, and I do really, really love Star Wars. I'm not like a huge Star Wars fan. Like, I don't know everything about everything, but I love the movies, and I love the world, and again, I love it when something like this is taken and like sort of twisted around, and like told from like a certain different character's perspective, or like taken different, twisted all around together. It's basically fan fiction. I feel like this is what stuff like this is. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is pretty much like Star Wars fan fiction, and I'm kind of here for it because I love fan fiction and I love Star Wars. The very last book that I have to show you is Iron Gold by Pierce Brown, and that was sort of the reason why I kind of emphasized his name when I got to this one, because I was going to show you a book from him just next. This is a book set in the same world as his Red Rising trilogy, and basically the Red Rising trilogy is a sci-fi sort of young adult. I don't feel right saying young adult when I talk about Red Rising, because our main character, by the end of it, he's like 22, 23, so I guess it sort of goes young adult, like sort of older young adult, like older teenager, if that makes any sense, up until like sort of new adult. But there's not like new adult things in here, but I just mean like age-wise, that's all I mean. But basically, Red Rising, it's sort of a sci-fi series, it's a trilogy. There's Red Rising, Golden Sun, and then Morning Star, which I have read. Obviously, I wouldn't have gotten this if I hadn't read it. But Pierce Brown has written this book, and I think this book is supposed to be set a good few years after the events of the last book in the Red Rising trilogy is finished. So you would obviously need to read the original trilogy before you read this one. But basically, the Red Rising series is about this. Our character is called Darrow, and basically he lives on Mars. It's not set on Earth, it's set on Mars. And everybody, depending on your class, you're given a colour. And gold is basically royalty, and red is the lowest, and Darrow is obviously a red in the series. So, and you know, a lot of sci-fi, a lot of conspiracy, a lot of rebellion, and just, you know, kind of like if Star Wars took place in our solar system, basically. But yeah, this one just came out a little while ago, and it's really gorgeous. I love the cover. I've never owned a physical copy of one of Pierce Brown's books before. Like, I just downloaded the Red Rising trilogy on ebook and read them that way, and I had the same idea to do it with this one, but clearly you can see I have no restraint. So that is my book haul. That is everything that I wanted to show you. Well, hold on. Let's see if I can get everything up here. Oh my word. This is a lot. There's a lot. That's all the books I showed you. Oh my days. I'm going to put it down. Oh, that is heavy. Right, anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I will have another video coming up very, very soon. Actually, I have another one to film after I'm done filming this one, and I will see you guys then for that. Okay, I'm winded now, lifting those. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll leave all the books down below so you can look them up if you're interested in any of them, and I will see you again very soon. Bye bye.